Google recently announced that starting in October 2024, PMax is being deprioritized in auctions to be more aligned with standard shopping campaigns. So I just got a quote from Google's documentation here in relation to that rollout. So I'm just going to read that out for people here. So for overlapping campaigns, instead of Performance Max automatically being prioritized over standard shopping campaigns within the same account running the same products, normal auction dynamics will now apply, and the campaign with the highest ad rank will serve. So this brings Performance Max and standard shopping campaigns into alignment with other campaign types where highest ad rank serves is the general behavior. So this is a really big shift from Google, as up until now, PMax always took priority by default. And in a way, it kind of seems a little bit like Google is backtracking possibly here. So first of all, Selina, what was your initial response to seeing this announcement from Google?
Yeah, I mean, when I saw it, I was a little bit shocked, to be honest, because I feel like they've always pushed the PMax product on advertisers. So it just feels like they're going back on themselves a bit, and that's obviously going to make people want to adopt standard shopping a lot more. I just don't really know why they're doing this, but I've worked with standard shopping and it's there still for a reason, because it does work well. But I can imagine if it's an even playing field now, that perhaps we're going to be competing against ourselves a little bit more in the auctions between the standard shopping campaign and the Performance Max. So if we're competing against ourselves, that means that CPCs could increase, and that means more money for Google. So I don't know. It's really hard to know how performance is going to change once this actually comes into play. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think one of the early indicators that I think we do have just on that point of how performance is going to be affected, one of the previous guests on the Paid Media Lab, Thomas Etchell, he actually published a mini case study on this, and he was looking at his own data, and he found that starting in October 2024, his standard shopping campaign started experiencing a notable auction win increase, leading to a 40% increase in costs on his standard shopping campaigns, even though he didn't alter any of his daily budgets in any way. So are you kind of expecting a similar trend to start cropping up among your clients?
I mean, definitely if I'm running them alongside Performance Max, but CPCs have been increasing year on year, and sometimes Google is increasing them without letting anyone know, and we've seen that across brand. So it's kind of tricky to say whether it's at a certain period of time or whether, it's just going to be a gradual thing.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to keep an eye on anyway. And
there's loads of reasons though, isn't there, but with CPCs increasing, so it's never easy to kind of pinpoint what it might be, especially in the shopping campaign.
Yeah, 100%. In addition to that, Bob Major from PPC Mastery, he also put up a LinkedIn post which got quite a bit of traction, and he was saying that the main reason he tended to use PMax feed-only campaigns was because they were given the higher priority in auctions by default. But he said in the face of this update, the rationale for that use case has weakened significantly. And he went on to say that the only solid reason I see to choose PMax feed-only over standard shopping is that you might want to expand into other networks in the near future by transitioning to Performance Max full asset. And he said if you don't plan to do that, then standard shopping is the better option right now, as it still gives you that transparency and control over search terms, auction insights, negative keywords. So I can see you nodding there. So would you kind of agree with Bob's assessment of that situation?
I would, exactly, especially because a feed-only campaign is where we are pushing most of the spend. And if it's going to be, like I said, an even play field, it's likely to just see that shift anyway. And I think it's probably a good thing because we do have a lot more transparency on the standard shopping campaign. You know, you get the search term reports, you've got more control at an ad group level. So, yeah,